Yeah,
I think it was.
Never met Zayd or Norm before. Shout out to Zayd. He's from Germany.
And he's a vegan.
Oh my god! Believe that.
We're gonna have to do a hard bleep right there.
Oh my gosh!
Back there, I don't know what's going on. I don't know who to look at. We good?
What do they do?
What do they do, Davey? That's a great question. Welcome back to the Fishing After Dark podcast with the beard and the badge, presented as always by
ShopCarls.com,
baby, the internet's local tackle shop, Norm.
Yes,
and
sir.
You guys need to keep listening because Carl's is allowing us to give one of you guys a $500 shopping spree on ShopCarls.com and the chance to come on the Fishing After Dark podcast with you, boy, the beard and the badge. So if you're interested in that giveaway and getting signed up, you're going to have to keep on watching, keep on listening.
Yep, the most realist podcast in the game, where the men are real and the mics are fake as can be.
Oh my god,
Let's
You
go.
not
got
expensive.
your
Would you
mic.
throw me? I wasn't trying to hit
No,
the desk with the expensive
It's
camera
incredibly
gear.
expensive, but
That's
it's
probably
fine.
going to come out of my check this month, but you know, sometimes
Carl's
you just
is
got to go
got
for
it,
the
dude.
joke.
Yeah.
I was hoping he would just catch it, but I just
Well, the
slammed him
catch
with
was
that.
perfect. It was
you.
just
Yeah.
off of a bounce. So
Yeah.
now that's really broken. It's actually for show now.
Yeah,
Dude, fun fact, I forgot your check at my house too. So I'm really sorry. I had it wrote and
it's
everything.
fine. I mean, I just used it right there, so.
You haven't been paid in like 3 months for this podcast.
Well, neither of you. We get paid quarterly.
We get paid like once every year.
If you and Norm wouldn't have
Yeah.
gambled all my money away.
Whoa.
Y'all doubled.
Whoa. Hold on a second
You
now.
doubled it though, so
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
thanks
that.
for investing wisely,
I
I
was
guess.
just about to say now, hold your horses. But we're of course joined by Fishing with Norm and the main man Davy Gravy, making his second appearance in like 2 or 3 weeks. Round of applause for little Davy Gravy. Yes, man, the studio audience gave us nothing. We got 4 guys back there. Nobody clapped.
Nobody likes
It's fine.
Davey except for us. That's fine, baby, because we don't need anybody but who we got. In this
Do we even
That's
mention
right,
where we're
that's
at
right.
right now? Like where this podcast
I was
is?
getting there, but you can.
my
Well, where
bad.
are we?
Yeah,
We
dude,
are
whose
in-
podcast is this?
Yeah, it's not my podcast. I'll just be quiet. You guys didn't even give me a fake mic.
Yeah,
Sorry about
That's
that,
all
man.
good.
Where
Yeah,
are
yeah.
we right now? Norm?
We are at the. I don't even know what name of the hotel is. What's the name of the
Wingate
hotel?
by Wyndham.
Thank you, David.
424.
Room 424.
Room 424. Go there tonight, not twice.
Matter of fact, I
That's
think
the
Lojo
secret
and his
knock.
camera guy were in 424 2-3 weeks ago.
We could have been.
Dang.
Yeah, so you already know what that
Dang.
means.
Yeah. A lot,
I don't even know.
a lot of men and only one bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot
You know,
of men.
424 spelled backwards is 424.
Dang.
424.
That was deep.
Yeah.
Kind of stumped me a little bit there.
Yeah, I'm a little dazed at the moment.
Okay, so we're at a hotel. We know this is not usual. It's not ideal, but we're kind of starting to get the hang of these kind of impromptu
Yeah. I kind of like them better,
podcasts.
dude.
They're kind of nice, and people at home are liking them too.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Once again, our audio listeners have zero idea
Yeah.
what we're saying because they can't see anything.
And
We
they
are in
don't
a
care.
hotel.
Yeah.
We've got 2 dinner tables here in like a V formation.
Yep.
And we have mics that are not plugged in.
Right.
Just to ease everybody at home, and that this is in fact a podcast, Davey. That's the whole reason for the mics. Just had to let people know this is in fact a podcast, you know? So what have you been up to lately, man? We haven't seen you in a couple weeks, or at least I haven't. So
Yeah, it's been about 2 weeks.
you got a haircut. I saw that.
I got an edge up.
I see it. That is a sharp edge, my friend.
Me and my new camera guy, I got a new camera guy I'm working with right now.
Yeah?
And,
Yeah? Is that right, Badge?
Yeah, if you didn't hear.
Oh, well, let's talk about that then.
And I have
Yeah.
a houseboat too, so got those 2 things.
Hey,
Anyway,
yo.
so we went to
You dirty
film
boy.
at Davy Gravy's. That was the first video we did.
Right.
Show up to Davy's. I knock on the door. Davey opens the doors. He's in sweatpants and shirtless as can be, dude.
Right.
And you look jacked lately. I don't know what you're doing.
You been in the gym, Davey?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Been in the gym hard,
What, a lot of bench press?
hooping it up.
Yeah. Oh, hooping.
More like hooping it up.
Dunking
yeah.
on fools.
Like hula hooping?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I figured.
With the round ball. Yeah, you were a shooter in high school. We already talked about that in that last podcast. So
Yeah.
people know
Oh,
that
yeah.
their in-game
And
performance.
we got the big March Madness coming up in about a
Yeah,
month.
dude. Me
That's
and Davey
right,
got
that's
something
right.
to talk about.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
he told me, but yeah,
Yeah.
tell us. Yeah,
Tell us, Davey. Tell the folks at home.
Yeah, so last year I came up with the idea, brought it to AYO, and put it out on my Instagram. Got about 50 people that joined the group, filled out a bracket for March Madness. Shout out to the Ohio State Buckeyes for busting mine and AYO's
Ruined us.
bracket.
Nice.
So this year, just for your information, folks, a little early. We'll be doing that again. We're going to come up with some type of giveaway. Actually, last year, the winner never reached out to me to get their reward.
So we kept that
So
reward.
we kept
That's a good day for Davy Gravy.
So I will be creating that.
Yeah, I'll be backing you up, dude.
And AYO will be backing it up. And
I wish you'd be backing it up.
kind of, I haven't mentioned this to Lojo or anybody. I kind of want you guys to come up with some type of competition that we do. So like the loser, the last place person that has the worst bracket has to do something.
Okay.
That's really
So,
interesting.
Punishment. You want a punishment? For
Yeah.
the
I want to have to jump in a cold swimming pool,
Or we all pee on one guy.
or we all pee on somebody's
Right.
car. Shout out to Zayd.
Just a person.
This is the guy.
Or we just
You peed on my truck too, so don't put my truck out of this.
Dude, can you tell us that story, please?
Do you care if I tell the story?
So
David?
that's basically all I got
So
on that.
We'll
No,
talk
we're gonna
more
make
about
it
that
happen.
later. We're going to
We're
talk
gonna
more
make it
about that
happen.
later. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Tell us
ba-
the peeing on your truck story.
So the
please.
first time this was the first time we met, right, Davey?
Yeah,
I think it was.
Never met Zayd or Norm before. Shout out to Zayd. He's from Germany.
And he's a vegan.
Oh my god! Leave
Okay.
that.
We're gonna have to do a hard bleep right there.
Oh my god!
Lord.
Came in so soft. Okay. And then just the biggest bomb
Wow.
of the channel.
Wow, man.
That's all right. We're good. That's a hard beep right there.
Yeah.
Just beep out the whole
I'm
phrase.
sorry, Zayd, if that is offensive. I don't really know.
I don't really know.
I've been getting
No.
shots the last 2 days. First Daryl, and now
I wasn't trying to come
No,
off offensive
Davey.
there.
We love you.
No, we're
We
good.
love
We're
you
gonna,
and fully support you, Zayd. And
we're gonna take care of that. In
So-
yeah. That's
I
why
was legit just joking.
Yeah, no,
We're fine.
everybody knows.
I was-
Honestly, I'm glad you did that. 'Cause
I
now
was
everybody will
joking.
comment about something. No,
Yeah.
you did great. That's why you're here, dude. You're doing
Davey
great.
says what's on his
Yeah.
mind. That's what I like about Davey.
but
Davey
yeah,
has no
that's
filter.
fair.
You
Fantastic content.
continue your story, Norm.
That was so good.
So basically, you guys heard in the last podcast that Davey likes his long, hot showers.
Yeah,
So-
Hour long on average.
Hour-long
Oh, yeah.
showers.
Shower.
Brother.
So
Yeah.
me, Zayd, and Ayo roll up in Zayd's car because my truck was either broken or I lost my keys or well, one of the things that makes me not drive my truck. I don't know what it was. But basically, we roll up and Ayo's calling to try to get Davey out like quick. You know, like out the shower and stuff. So he's like, you better hurry because Norm's peeing on your house right now and on your car. And so I think Davey like thought that I was for real peeing on his house.
Yeah.
So like 5 hours goes by, we film the video and we look over and Davey thinks it's my car, but Zayd drove and it's just peeing all over
No.
Zayd's car.
I'm giving
Standing there
Zayd
smiling,
backflips
dude.
are a nice little car wash.
Yeah.
Nice
Clean
free car
rim?
wash.
Just
Clean
tire and rim? You didn't hit any paint,
I left
did
that
you?
joker spotless.
You didn't hit any paint, did you?
Dude, Davey is a
Oh, no,
pro.
Man, I hit all the silver in the middle of the
You
tire.
cleaned out his rim for him, basically. You knocked the dirt off.
Yes.
I would love to have like a little PSI. Is that how
Like
you
a
say it?
gauge. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Something
want to
gauge.
measure the strength of your piss drain.
Yeah.
It's pretty strong.
It's
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And you eat like a horse somehow.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
just-
yeah,
there's a
man.
lot of mysteries
Eat
around
like a horse,
Davey
piss
yeah.
like a horse, run like a horse.
I mean, it's just a
Hung
horse.
like a horse. He's just a
Boy,
freaking
like a
horse.
Yeah.
Anyways, what are we doing here, Badge? Why we're in your neck of the woods? Why are all these people here?
Excuse me.
Nicely done, sir.
Okay,
There it
Davey.
is.
I like it.
Just
I
Keep it real.
I like the energy.
Powerade, courtesy of
Quit throwing out
Wingate.
love out.
Yeah, don't you dare say
It's
that
not my
label,
power
sir.
raid, so it's perfect. You're just disrespecting it.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're in my neck of the woods again. We got old Norm coming in. We filmed a crazy video tonight. I don't know if we should mention what we did though.
We can. I mean,
Davy
you
Gravy
want.
came out good.
Yeah?
I think that's enough said. Wouldn't you say so? Matter of fact, I think
It came
Davey-
out really good.
I don't know if I've ever seen anybody get as much gear from a fishing video as Davey did tonight.
It might be like a new
yeah, I think
record
that
or
was probably
something,
the
you know?
most I had spent on a fishing challenge. So that
No.
one would be super cool. And the store actually let us stay after hours
That was cool.
to
was
keep
cool.
filming it.
The
That's how
manager was
much.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're
I do
super
get
Do we
cool.
want to shout it out? The store?
Yeah,
Dunham's?
let's
shout out
Dunham's in LaGrange,
Dunham's
Georgia.
in LaGrange, Georgia.
They were
Yeah.
freaking awesome.
They were about it.
Yeah, they were.
So yeah, we're up here doing a little collabing, a little behind the scenes work with some editing, a bunch of boring stuff nobody cares about, but we're putting in hard work for the summer. And can I say what you did?
What?
Why don't you say what you did?
No, you can say it.
You got a boat. I haven't even seen this boat.
Yeah, nobody's seen it.
You got a
Yeah,
boat
I have a boat project.
Which
It's
pumps
on
it
the
up
back
so
of my
much.
truck right now.
How
You
big
haven't
of a-
even seen it yet. Yeah.
How big of a project, huh?
It's going to be a good project, but not like a backbreaker, I wouldn't say. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, I would consider your project like a freaking hard. I mean, you're going to kill it, and you already are, but it's like a really hard project. This
Right.
is definitely not on that level.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But as we go along, though, you know, if we do more, or you know,
Fiberglass work?
fiberglass.
Have you felt the transom?
No, I have not.
Okay. That
There's a
could be
lot of
fun.
things. I mean, I just got this boat today.
Okay.
This hours ago, so I haven't even. It's
I get
been
to see it
raining.
tomorrow, so.
Yeah, we're gonna take a closer look at it tomorrow. Then we're gonna take it home to my shop and start the whole dealio. So you got a boat too, right? That you got something
Yes.
that was a project, but
It's a
what happened?
project. It's too much of a project. Is the
What do you mean
I don't
too
know.
much?
Xavier, do you think we should film the? Do you think we should do it?
Look, we probably had like 17 different camera angles and like putting in.
Yeah, we should.
But the thing and
Yeah.
the name of the boat.
Yeah.
Oh, the name of it. I can't spoil it, but like the actual brand name of this boat is the funniest thing. They only made these boats for 2 years.
Oh, God.
It's an old. I won't say too much. It's an old bass boat. But the problem is, I didn't realize how many holes are in the actual boat.
Oh my
Like
God.
in the bottom.
The actual
I mean,
hole?
we stepped on it and like fell through. Kinda. So it's
Through the bottom of the boat?
through the
Or through the floor?
through the floor, but the bottom of the boat, like if I tried hard enough, it would break. So it's just, I just got excited because I saw it and I was like, that looks so cool. And then I didn't
do it,
think about
dude.
the
You can
project
do it,
behind
You
it.
could do it.
I can.
Do it. Why not hire your buddy that works on boats and stuff?
That's
You
what we were
guys wanna
thinking
do it?
about. That's what we were talking about
not
to
do
have
that?
him do it. I don't know.
Because everybody's doing it, man. You got to do it.
Yeah.
Dude, if
Everybody's
you're
doing
not
it.
doing it, I'm quitting mine.
So if you guys did not know, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, you can actually give us a 5-star review and you can write a little message and we might read it on the show. I'm going to give one to Norm here because I want you to read one of these.
I love reading.
I know you do. The usernames have been one of the best parts. Let me see.
I heard the ones from the last one. I don't know if my mom wants me to say that.
Oh my God.
Oh, please.
You have to do this one. And you have to look at Andrew. You have to look at Badge when you read it. Okay. This comment is so good. Or I didn't even know the comment said. Read the username out loud.
All right, so the username 5 stars, of course. The best non-fishing fishing podcast by the. Oh, I'm gonna read it wrong. I dropped out of college. The Beehole Steward 420.
The Beehole Steward instead of the River Steward because of your old channel name, dude.
I like it. I like it.
amazing.
That's pretty funny.
The Butthole Steward.
Butthole Steward. Steward is one who uses his resources, and I use all my resources when it comes to the beehole.
Dude, people are
Ruin
listening.
that joke. Cut that out, Andrew. I hate that
No,
joke.
man. Look,
Yeah, I saw a couple comments about my
people
old.
are paying attention to what we say, man.
It's deleted, so
The River
enjoy
Steward.
watching the videos.
Hey, you
that
can
are
delete
gone.
all the channels you want to, but you can never wash away the memories of the River Steward. Because my wife still says that every time when you come in our house.
Oh man.
Really low where you can't hear it. Here, did you read the actual
I
comment?
haven't read it yet, no. It says, love the pod. I root for your guys' success. Keep it up as long as you can before the lung cancer from the itty bitty set in on Badge. Also,
Ouch.
I can't read the last sentence. I can't. Also, the people got to know, do you guys, and then, that's,
Oh,
I
shoot.
don't know
Let me
how
see.
vulgar
Oh, come
you're-
on. We could say that.
Say it.
Look at the last sentence. We can do that. I mean, that might be a
Yeah,
next
ask
topic.
the question. Yeah,
Is
we,
that
should,
next
we need
topic?
to ask that. We need to know.
No, the last sentence is, well, it's misspelled. Does you guys eat booty?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. We got one vote, baby. I like it.
Oh yeah.
Davey,
Anything just confident, you know what I'm saying?
you are
Oh yeah.
the man's an eater. What can he say? He just
Jesus.
he just eats.
I
Well, Bad, let's go down the line here. He said definite yes.
Yeah, I love Boston Butt, dude. It's my favorite food. If I'm going to
Yeah,
barbecue.
nice pulled pork,
Okay.
Pulled
like
pork.
a mile
Love
of
it.
that, like sweet
Avoiding the
spicy
question.
barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta
Avoiding
keep my
question.
channel family friendly. YouTube
Okay.
decides not to pay
This
me
isn't your
sometimes.
channel.
So.
This isn't your channel.
Yeah, I gotta keep myself family friendly. Just me. I'd prefer. I'm gonna go with no
Man.
answer.
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. No,
Yeah, I'm trying to watch my calories.
Yeah, I
Davey,
just,
Air 5 dog, I'm with you.
Oh yeah.
Big butt guy right here.
Yes,
Oh yeah. My wife
yes.
doesn't listen to the pod. It's fine, badge. Don't even stress
I
about
like
it,
them
man.
fat and juicy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to hear more about that.
that could be a personal conversation. I'll talk about after. Jeez.
Yeah, we got cameras on right now.
Holy mackerel.
Okay, let's read the other two comments.
Yeah.
because
No
we got
more booty
we got
comments,
kind of we go
Can
that
I
way.
just-
There's
all
the
right,
next
Sweet Balls
Yeah.
is the title of this one.
Why is that all we do?
AB the
Because
Clash.
that's the only jokes we make. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? I don't
know.
That's literally our humor.
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
he's probably talking about like the ones you can buy in Walmart and stuff.
Yeah,
And
the
then-
bouncy
Right,
balls.
right,
Yeah.
Yeah. Bouncy one. All right. Love the podcast. Keep grinding all the content. And a content idea is you guys should go to different states and catch fish. That would be very entertaining. And thank you, Lojo, for your service.
Oh, thank you,
ahead.
dude. Should we say something about what the first part of that comment was?
Do you want to know?
Are we ready to tease that?
Zayd, are you giving me the yes or the no?
Yes.
I think
Legal
it's
team says yes.
Legal team says
legal
yes.
team. Okay,
Alright, good deal, good
so
deal, good
who
deal.
wants to tease? Well, read the first part of that again.
Okay.
What he wants us to do, like an idea for content.
Love the podcast. Oh, I'm not going to read the whole thing again.
Yeah.
You guys should go to different states and catch fish. That would be very entertaining.
So I mean, you know,
So we could just say that could be happening.
yeah, there could be a large scale trip. Me, AYO, and Norm with multiple states, multiple species.
Right. Have you ever seen the
You
Never
know.
Stop tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
We're
yeah.
probably going to bury that.
Right. Just put it right into the ground.
Just kidding, he's my idol.
Can you put that in?
Yeah, I don't care.
No, I think it's going to be a great series, but
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Probably the best series to see in fishing YouTube yet will be filmed.
Just joking.
yeah,
dude.
no, for sure.
That
I
was
think
a
it's going to be
work of
good.
art.
We're going to have a
I
lot of
love that
people.
series.
I'm just getting stress rashes sitting here with all this, all these
good.
bad things said.
Good. You like it, man.
Yeah,
That's
I
why
do.
you're on here.
I do like it. All right, do I scroll right or left? I don't want to scroll the wrong way in your
Not
camera
care
roll.
at all.
Yeah. that
All
one.
right.
That's
So
the last one.
all right. So from Big Daddy, Danny Dunn.
That's not the user. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's just Big
Okay,
Daddy.
I
Danny
got you.
Dunn. Yeah, the whole podcast is just a whole vibe. AYO is just too funny. Lojo is Daddy with 3 of the red emojis with the little
Zaddy.
tear coming down with the tongue out. Kind of gets me going.
Let's go.
Danny Dunn RP News on
Danny.
TikTok, so he got that free shout out in there.
Nice.
Let's
Dude,
go.
Those are 3 hellacious comments and usernames right there.
Yeah. Good
There's some
gracious.
things going on.
Keep going in the comments. Butts and balls, dude. That's all we got. Freaking
Yeah.
A, man.
Just middle school
Hey,
humor.
look,
and I
the
love
people
it.
at home have real questions and they expect real answers. That's the thing, man.
Yeah, well, I answered. I answered.
Yeah, you did. You did. You tried to get out of it.
I did, though.
But I appreciate the circle back around. Davey did not hesitate at all.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I like him. He does not hesitate. So,
Yeah, he does not care.
Davey, tell me something, man. You spent the entire day today. Let me get this straight. I don't want to. We're not going to spoil too much content because then nobody knows what video this was.
Yeah,
right?
and to be fair, there wasn't any content that was completed, so we're good.
Right. So let me get this straight. You were in the boat with these 2 guys right here, professional YouTube anglers, right?
Yes.
And you guys caught how many fish today?
Zero.
Zero. How does that make you feel that these guys could not put you on fish?
Oh man.
And that's what they do for a living.
I think it's just that time of year, man. My
Way
next door-
to have your
He's
voice
loyal.
back.
He's
What have you guys been doing to him out on the boat?
It's my old next door neighbor, man, that actually was in a video with AYO and I that destroyed us.
Really?
He actually went fishing out there the other day.
He had
with
front of
his
the boat. I
son,
mean, if I had
And-
front of
and
the boat,
he-
I probably
and
would.
he didn't catch
The
nothing.
guy that's the best guy on the lake went and he couldn't catch
couldn't
fish.
catch
He's very
So-
talented dude. Fishes tournaments and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it's just
What
the
the heck?
solar eclipse, basically.
Yeah? Is that what we're talking about?
Dude, the water temp was frigid.
What was it, by the way?
I don't know. We stuck our hands in. I was like, oh my
It
god.
was ice bath
Is
temperature.
this real?
Yeah. Do you think the spots have taken over? Because I've been out there before. We were
think it's
removing a
bad.
bunch of
They
spots.
said that they're gonna put about 7,500 bluegill in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Spots will tear through them bad girls.
Yeah,
dude.
the
They'll
spots
get
will
nice
just
and plump
murder
for,
them.
for
Yeah.
spawning season.
That sucks. Why do spotted bass do that to fisheries? Why do they just take
have no
over and
I think they're
dominate?
just more ferocious. I think it's like a white bass. Like that happened in West Point Lake. Dude, you know West Point Lake had a largemouth bass tournament? Guess what the winning bag was?
like 18 pounds or something.
27.
Really? On West Point?
For spots?
West Point, largemouth.
But that's
Spots
big
out
for
deep.
that
World record.
lake. That would be some big old spots.
27 on West Point, dude.
What was like the second and third? Was it just way off? Or
I don't know. There's a lot of guys that fish northern end channel,
yeah,
so I don't.
that's
really know.
crazy. No, we only went there one time on my channel, but it was rough.
I bet they were live scoping with Bama rigs, if I had to guess.
Dude, that's what they're doing everywhere. Have you guys seen all this stuff
I
in
have.
Texas? They did the same thing last year. Everybody went to this one lake and they threw A-rigs on live scope, just targeting those pre-spawn fish that are fat, ready to bust. So somebody caught like a 13 ready to bust. Oh boy!
Oh my god!
No, I'm just like
I tried my hardest.
didn't say anything. I just looked over at you. Oh jeez, here we go. Anyways,
No, it's ridiculous. I'm about to move to Texas just because of
but
how
only this
crazy
time
it
of
is over
year
there.
though. This
Yep.
time of year, it's got to be cold for
It's
some
that
reason.
one lake, dude.
It's
John
that one
B.
lake. Don't say how big it
guy
was because I don't know if anybody knows yet.
went
but
fishing
He
there.
caught a giant.
Okay.
Well, we can say he caught a giant.
Norman's favorite YouTuber fishing caught a big one.
Can't
Did he
say
really?
that. Can't.
My favorite
You cannot put that in there.
Leave it in.
My favorite YouTuber.
I'm coming
We'll talk
for
about
Fishing
it. We'll
After
talk
Dark
about it.
LLC.
My favorite
about
YouTuber called
suing.
Ted.
It doesn't even exist. Joke on you.
We're not even incorporated.
This isn't even real. None of these cameras are even real. Yeah, I saw a dude on the other day caught like a 13.9.
Where?
That same lake. Like
John?
2 days ago.
There's been
John said the same
50
day
pound
he caught
bags over
his
there.
giant. Another guy caught a bigger one that was over
bigger
15.
one.
The same
oh
day.
my god.
The
15.
same exact day.
Jeez. Okay. Well, we got to go. Why are we not down there? Why don't we make this trip?
I called Norman's favorite guy,
Yeah.
YouTuber, and
Right.
he said,
Right.
you know, we could come anytime.
Well,
Yeah,
shoot, man.
Just bleep it.
We'll just bleep it. It's okay.
Did you hear me say that, like when he was talking about shoplifting, and I was like, yeah, Norm.
Yeah, I heard that. I stole a screw from Home Depot one time. Like I found it on the floor when I was
you
like
piece of garbage.
when I was like 8. I just found it on the floor, but I didn't. When you're 8, you don't think like Home Depot sells screws.
You can't shoplift when you're 8. You don't even know what stealing is, do you?
No.
Yeah, but I was playing with it, you know, just
18.
I was playing with a screw last week.
Well, that brings us to a good point. Have you ever shoplifted?
that was the only time because then after we walked out and I showed my dad the screw and he like gave me like a just harsh
beat the hell out
talking
of
to
you?
like you
Yeah.
can't do
You
that.
are a disappointment of a son.
Yeah, basically.
Eat that screw. Now that screw. Teach you a lesson, boy.
What about, have you shot? You already said you never shot.
No,
before, right?
I never have.
Yeah,
yet.
we
What's
asked
the
him during
worst
that
crime you've
podcast.
ever done?
Yeah. And what's the jail time you would have had to do?
So there was this one day
Oh, dear.
before I moved to Springwood, my sophomore year probably, and me and my buddies are walking to the old gym.
Don't incriminate yourself, by the way. Just by the way.
Walking by the shop.
Next slide.
Walking by the shop.
And we pulled out our guns.
There's this gutter that's like
Okay.
loose.
Okay.
Loose gutter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of like you can just tap it and it's probably going to fall
Right.
off.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
for
okay.
sure.
So I walk by and I just
Spanked
give
it.
it a little tap.
Yeah.
Trigger wobbles. Whoop, whoop.
Fell right over.
Keep walking.
You piece of garbage.
Was that the story?
What county did that occur
Was
in?
that-
So I know
was
what
that
sheriff to call.
It was at Beulah High School in Lee County.
Dear God, we're incriminating the hell out of you right now, Davey.
Bro.
And
Davey, I enjoyed you
I
out
started
of
Saturday
jail.
school.
Yeah?
If that's the worst thing you've ever done, you are a literal saint.
That's not too bad, man. I mean,
Touched a hanging gutter and it.
Yeah,
fell.
it was like a gutter. All you had to do was to give it a little spank, and that joker was just gonna wobble.
And you were gonna give it that spank.
fall off
Oh,
that.
he gives
I
you're
just
not
walked
going to
by and I
walk by
just
a gutter
kinda-
and not give it a spank. I
Able
mean,
to literally, tap on my shoulder.
I feel
and-
like you probably
Absolutely.
rear back and just deck that gutter, but at the same time,
Oh, yeah.
I support that.
I,
Like every now
I
and
would
then,
100%.
if there's a half broken thing, sometimes you just gotta put it out
break
of
it.
misery. You know what I mean? like for me,
oh, no, I know what you were thinking. Just don't say what you were thinking. Just say, no.
Can we tell that story like no, like 5 years down, like when you're
Yeah,
like whenever you
Yeah,
retire,
yeah,
like last podcast. That
We'll
story
tell that
needs to come
story
out.
when I retire.
Okay,
That's
perfect.
it.
That story's too
Do you
good.
even know what we're talking about right
Oh,
now?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I told
Speaking of
him.
retirement, did Tom Brady retirement catch anybody off guard? Did anybody
Nah.
see
I
that
thought he
coming?
was going for a
thought
couple
he
more
was-
years, man.
I thought he'd go for
He should have
a
retired last year after the ring.
Yeah.
Should have took that ring.
I think he knew that this year, and he was like, "Okay, let me just stop while I'm ahead," because he was still winning games. He was still putting up huge numbers.
And he came
too.
back down 27-3 against the Rams and almost won that game.
That's true.
Single-handedly
Yeah.
with only one weapon on that team.
Yeah.
Mike Evans.
He's got nothing else to prove, man. Bottom
Yeah,
line, he's
yeah.
the best. He's done everything. Nobody's ever going to beat his records.
Besides Jackson Mahomes.
How about Joe Burrow? They're going on the road. Second
That man
half.
is tough.
Go ahead, comment down below. Who do y'all have in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's a. Who you got, Davey?
I got the
Super Bowl?
underdog Cincinnati, but I feel like the Rams are going to take it at home.
Dude,
they
you're
got
the-
they have so many weapons. Cooper Kupp, Von Miller, Aaron
Well, they're a
Donald.
better team, no doubt, but
Yeah.
the better team doesn't always win.
But I
That's
don't
the
like
weird
super
thing.
teams. Like, you know how when Kevin Durant
I don't either.
left
Yeah.
OKC after they blew a 3-1
I
lead against
hated
Golden
that.
State and went to Golden
Yeah.
State to join Curry and
I
Thompson to
hated
win his
that.
rings.
I'm a Warriors fan. I didn't even really like that.
I think hardcore Warriors fans didn't like that.
You
They
go
didn't
out
like
and
it.
you get the
Yeah.
weapons you
I
need
get
to beat
that
that
out of
team.
here.
You don't go and join that team, but you go out and get
That's
what
what
you
I'm
need.
saying.
right.
Davey.
That's right.
You go the hard way.
Yeah.
You earn that ring.
That's right.
You go out, you get rid of Russell Westbrook.
yeah.
You get rid of James Harden.
Shots fired, Russ. What do you think about
You
that?
get rid of Harden and his travels, and you go out and you get you
That man don't know how to
some
dribble.
good players.
No, that boy ain't playing defense.
Yeah.
Just offense.
None of them
I thought we were
are.
talking about football for like the first half of this.
I was about to say, do you know what team we're talking about?
I don't even know what sport.
See, you
category we're in
basically
right now.
One
you
doesn't
picked the
watch sports.
Bengals or the Rams. Those are your two choices.
Bengals and Rams.
Football?
What animal would you pick? A Bengal or a ram? A Bengal tiger or a ram?
Dude,
Bengal.
Tiger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
A Bengal
Dude,
tiger.
I like
just
Joe
rip
Burrow,
a ram's
man.
face off.
Joe
Yeah.
Burrow.
Oh, I do like Joe Burrow.
You
I
just
did too.
Tiger.
That-
I watch
that-
college football.
baby.
That's my problem is I don't follow NFL, but I do know. Joe
How
Burrow
about
from
Stetson
LSU,
Bennett,
so-
man? Shout out to Stetson Bennett. We got a big Stetson Bennett supporter over here.
Yeah, big Georgia guy.
I love Georgia, and I did not believe in Stetson Bennett the entire season.
But he did it, by
He
God.
did it. I'm proud of him. I love that he did it. It caught me off guard. I told everybody the whole season, I was like, yeah, we're not going to win because I don't think Stetson Bennett can do it. But he did it.
All right, guys, if you have not heard by now, Carl himself, Mr. KVD from shopcarls.com, is allowing us, the Fishing After Dark podcast, to host one of the biggest shopping spree giveaways I've ever heard of. It's going to be $500. One of you guys is going to win that shopping spree at carls.com. And that same person is going to have the opportunity to join this podcast as a special guest. That's right. That's one heck of a giveaway that we've got to you guys with shopcalls.com. So if you want to get signed up, you got to click the link right in the top of the description, or you can go to gocarls.com/afterdark giveaway. Now, once you get there, you can sign up. It's free to do. Then you have to make a qualifying purchase in the month of February. So it means $30 or more. Once you do that, you're entered to win. I believe you have to be a Carlos Club member as well too, but that's just going to let you get all of your baits and everything at a 30% discount. Gives you all types of member benefits, early access to new products, and other things. So it's definitely worth being a Carlos Club member anyways. But we're definitely excited to reward one of you loyal listeners and watchers with this awesome giveaway. So make sure you do that. Now, back to the podcast. Come on, David, get in there. You gotta check sound. Make it impossible for Andrew to sync up the audio here.
It's all for guys in a board meeting room
Okay.
Keep it going.
Little folk
Keep
style.
it going.
with us.
I'm
We
trying
suck
to
at
follow the
beating.
beat here.
Yeah, I don't really know it.
This is 4 of the whitest men ever trying to make a beat on
This
the table.
sucks, too.
It's not
no
a good
bass
table.
to it.
There's no acoustic value.
Yeah, it's
to
all
it.
treble.
It's garbage.
I was about to make that joke.
I get it.
but-
Thanks.
All right. So,
Shout out
Davey,
Mickey.
last time we had a podcast with you, we kind of revealed some dirt on old AYO over here that you weren't familiar with. When he, when he shoplifted from Academy and just ripped off your employer for thousands of dollars, probably.
Oh.
Yeah,
Maybe $20.
just joking. Did you also know he had a recent visit from some law enforcement individuals? Were you aware of that?
Oh, I was not.
Well, I'm gonna let you take it from there, old badge, because it sounds to me like you're in trouble with the law again.
I was instructed not to put this on public media.
Oh,
But it's on Fishing After Dark podcast. So
that's
I
true.
think
So
it
that's
should be.
exempt from normal man law.
Yeah, and you
know
don't
what
pay
I
your
mean?
taxes either. So what are they gonna do?
So what? Are they gonna audit you?
Okay.
I'm paying my taxes. So, long story short, The first big series on my channel, I've kind of found with YouTube that storylines work really well. And that's what led me to Houseboat. But the first thing I did that was kind of like a project that was unique was I found an abandoned pond.
Yep.
You guys remember the abandoned pond?
I've been there many times.
Still get a lot of comments. There's a few videos that have been filmed. Norm filmed one there. You filmed one there that we ended up having to take down. I was confused with property lines.
Okay.
So I thought it was like every neighborhood property ended up at this lake. It was not the case. There was a line right around the edge, about 20 yards from the pond.
Yeah.
But there was no flags. And
No fence.
Yeah.
No.
There's some
property
older
markings.
guys that were letting me use their property to get down to the lake.
Right.
So I start trying to revamp this pond, bring it back to life.
Yeah. So you stocked it with a bunch of different stuff. Right?
Shiners.
Crawdads.
That's where everything went wrong.
Okay. Well, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yeah,
Okay,
sorry
so
about that. You were
I was
stocking
just-
it.
yeah.
We fished it. The reason you were stocking it because the fish in there were tiny, right?
Right.
They
Fish
just had
they were
nothing.
starving. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were resorting to eating their offspring and each other. There's a few fish
Jeez.
like you would pull a bass out of a bass.
And you caught your PB there too, right?
I did
Which is
catch
the
my
most
PB.
ironic part of the whole thing because
It is
that was
pretty
definitely
funny.
the biggest bass in that pond.
Oh yeah.
Definitely the biggest bass.
Oh, yeah.
You remember seeing that?
Yeah.
Out of the dink pond, a freaking what? An 8
Yeah,
almost.
Yeah, it was 8. It was 7
Jeez.
pounds 15 ounces.
That's an 8, dog.
I know.
Every day of the week. If I'm looking at that scale, that's an 8-pounder, baby.
I was bummed. I never
Yeah.
saw the 8.0. But
Yeah.
anyway, so I was trying to do the whole YouTube thing. Like, how can I do this a little bit different than Jigging with Jordan? Everybody's seen Jigging with Jordan's pond videos.
Excuse me.
Heck yeah, Davey.
Nicely done.
Eat that booty, baby. So
7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
that's my boy. So I'm like, all right, how can I put a spin on this jigging thing and just stock this neighborhood abandoned lake? And there's a few guys in the neighborhood that fish the lake as well. So I put a video out where I ordered crawfish from Tennessee down to Georgia.
Okay.
And these crawfish had never seen the waters of Georgia. They did not exist in Georgia. And I almost contaminated the entire state and waterways.
Is
with
that
them.
an invasive species because of that? Because they're not they're not local, they're not native. Davey.
Good Lord.
Copyright strikes
Come on.
for
You're going to
days.
take the phone?
It's literally
Go
his
ahead,
mom.
take the phone call.
Hello.
It's fine. We're not doing anything important.
Hey.
Let's get this conversation on.
Oh, nothing. We were just filming a podcast. Hey, I was like, "You gonna take the phone call?" I was like, "Yes, my mom."
Gotta do it, dog. What do you want me to do?
No.
Dude, I respect to that, Davey. Respect.
Yeah, you're a better man than me, man.
Anybody, I'll put you on speakerphone so
Yeah,
you can say hello
please.
to anybody.
Hey, Davey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey y'all.
Hey.
How are you?
Tell her she's on the podcast right now.
Good.
Tell her she's live on the podcast right now.
Always a barrel of laughs.
Yeah.
Tell her,
yeah.
Davey.
Lo just said you were live on the podcast.
Oh, great.
Gotcha.
I don't have my podcast voice though.
Oh, it's all good.
That's a good one. Nice. What? It was a joke, dude. Man, forget you, dog. We're not looking at you anymore today. Just gonna stare at Davey. Are you still on the phone?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. You good, dog?
That's it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. I was just checking. There's all kinds of crazy going on up
Oh yeah, that guy that's on the loose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
ran over the cop in Kroger parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
right
about
through
that.
there.
There's like a
Oh,
nationwide
geez.
manhunt for that guy.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah,
I
there's-
had no idea.
I think that's who we're
Uh,
talking
We'll
about.
talk about it.
Yeah, it's just I don't
Okay.
know.
Well, I'll let you go, and
Alrighty.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Love
All
you.
right. Love you. Bye. Anyways.
That's a true professional right there. That's a true professional. What an
Quick,
amazing segue.
Anyways, folks. That was
Right
my
back
mom.
to business. Respect, man.
That was my mom. If y'all didn't know.
Yeah. Did you got to take that call?
A
man?
wonderful
Mom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a nationwide manhunt going on. I
Yeah,
had no
so
idea.
quick fill in
Yeah,
on
let
that,
us know.
Tell us about
on that
the
situation.
manhunt,
After we got out the
please.
water, guy was driving through the Kroger parking lot in Opelika in Tigertown and hit one of the buggy returns.
Okay.
And so cop goes out there because he gets a call about somebody hitting a buggy return. I mean, who hits a buggy return that often? And the guy hits the cop, hurts him, goes to the hospital. He's all right though.
With the car or with his fist?
Was the car abandoned, and so leaves.
Ran over him, I think.
Abandons the scene.
Yeah.
Flee away. Abandons the car, and he's on foot now, and so
Is he in Opelika though?
it was in like the Opelika Auburn area.
Okay.
In Tigertown.
I got an Amber Alert on my phone.
I did too.
That's what
So
that was
that
earlier.
was what that
As soon as I got off the water with
Jeez.
you guys and
Man.
went inside, I was talking to my mom, and that thing went off on my phone upstairs. By the way, I was waiting on Norm and AYO earlier. I was taking the Rams to school with Tom Brady, 83.3% completion rate. I was up 25-7.
Nice.
And then I went from that. I went to the Bucks and the Warriors.
He's a stick.
And I
over
took
the
Giannis.
PlayStation.
Yes. And Curry's right here. This is Giannis. Boom! I dunked all over Curry.
Yeah, what is Curry gonna do with Giannis? I mean, honestly.
And I had like the first 10 points with Giannis. I was dominating them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a big, sports guy.
like 2K.
2K, Madden,
Yeah.
baseball.
Heck yeah, man.
I'm all.
nostril.
Nice.
Oh, nice. So is that big loogie you pulled out earlier?
No, she's gone.
Came back up.
No, it was.
And so
Have you felt okay since our Guggen week? By the way,
Yeah, I have.
there are some people that tested positive.
oh man, it's time for me to go then.
No, well, we tested. We tested
I'm
negative.
joking. I'm joking.
We're good.
I was like,
Baby, no, please don't leave.
We're good.
Yeah, I actually tested myself. I gave myself my
you
first
get
at-home
the
test
at-home
ever.
test. I
Yeah.
ordered AYO some of those, but I guess
Yeah.
they hadn't came in yet.
Yeah, I found one.
Those are pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Have you tested positive for that or negative?
No.
You're good, okay. I just want to make sure because I know when
No, we're fine.
Our
We
senior,
don't have anything to
our
worry
senior
about.
year when we slept in bed together, I know you did some things to me overnight that
Oh, let's hear about that. I need to know
First
about this
podcast
night.
just eases in. Second podcast,
he said-
just atomic bomb.
hey, dip the toes in. Make sure you like it. Oh, I'm enjoying it, folks. I'm just
Dude, the people at home are going to demand that he be like a weekly guest at this rate.
AYO's just like people love when you're just yourself, you know. Just
That is very
just-
true.
Just be yourself.
That's the only person you
I'm
can be.
giving the folks at home, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, you
So
Babs,
Anyways.
continue with your.
Yeah, I had an
okay.
abandoned pond.
So
by the way.
abandoned pond. Back to the abandoned pond.
So,
Crawfish went wrong. They were not local.
They were not local. I don't think they were invasive, but they weren't native. Video got 300,000 views and then kind of slowed up. You know how videos will slow way up. So it kind of plateaued around 300,000. Kept going. Eventually, I'm getting like tons of comments, like tons of like hate comments. And
Okay.
typically people weren't very hateful, but they were like, dude, this species is not native to Georgia or Alabama. Ended up, it was in Alabama. So,
Where the pond?
yeah, the pond
Okay,
was.
Gotcha.
And these species do exist in the Coosa River and a couple other places, but they're not native. They were,
Yeah.
dude, they're really not a harmful crawfish.
Yeah.
It's really not a bad
But the
crawfish.
DNR got all kind of up in arms about it. I mean, so
So-
what happened when they came and visited you?
Okay, so this is
Yeah.
what a month goes by. I kind of just am like, frick it, people are gonna hate. It is what it is. Didn't realize how severe it is to put a non-native species into a state.
Okay.
So I get a knock at my door, and I'm like editing in my underwear.
Mhm.
And so I look out, and there's like grown men, like undercover cops at my house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I had to take off my panties, put on my work clothes,
Right.
and like run outside. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, can we talk to you?
Just
I was
like that.
Yeah, they're like, hey, are you Andrew? And I was like, yeah. What's
They
up?
tracked you down to your house.
Yeah.
dang.
And
From
I
a
was-
video on YouTube.
Right. And then they were like, can I talk to you? I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, what's going on? And the first thing I thought was, did they catch like my drugs? You know what I mean?
Right. Like here for a drug raid or something?
Right.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it wasn't that.
No, it didn't catch. Yeah,
They didn't
no.
get the drugs. No,
No,
he still
no, no.
has the drugs.
You got
Yeah.
Burger Block.
They
Me and
didn't
the
get
cartel
those.
are still super tight. So.
Okay.
Perfect.
So, no, and sit down on the front porch, talk. Dude, it was such a weird feeling, man. Undercover dressed cops sitting on my front porch, just drilling me with questions. I was like, what is going on? And they were like,
What kind of questions were they asking you?
where are you from? Is this where you live? And like, just all these.
Yeah, that's
other
pretty
questions.
shady, man.
I
I'm
was like,
surprised
what?
you didn't be like, hey, what are you here for? You know
I
what
was
I mean?
so
Like, why are
scared.
you here?
Yeah, I was, and then I just kept asking them like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And they were like, did you order a non-native species of crawfish and put it in public waters? I was like, no, No, I didn't.
Yeah.
And then they were like asking where, and it was the Georgia DNR. And this is why I don't want to put it out, because I told them where it was located.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, we'll transfer the case to Alabama. But Alabama never reached out to me. And I took the video down so I wouldn't encourage that behavior. And
I mean, maybe the state of Alabama saw it and was just like, well, we're not going to do anything about this. It's not severe
50
enough.
crawfish and 30 of them died.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Maybe they maybe they saw the video. I mean, who knows, you know? Maybe they had the video and they're just like, this is not that serious. We're just not going to do anything.
I feel like they got a lot of other things going on with people.
The 20 crawfish from
that
Tennessee and Alabama.
Yeah.
Right, and they're contained in that pond. I mean, if they get up, I would get it, they can leave, but I mean...
It's just like, dude...
If it's not invasive.
It's 20 crawfish. They're not invasive. It was labeled pond crawfish from Tennessee.
Yeah, so you might not even think like, oh, it came from a different state. Maybe I shouldn't put it here. I mean, I wouldn't think that.
It's the South. I mean, order some crawfish.
Right.
Next thing, DNR's at my freaking house, and then I'm calling the guys who I've been using their property. They're like, "That's not my pond." I'm like, what?
Oh no.
So I find the owner. I'm like, "Hey, I didn't know." He was not happy.
Hey, I've been trespassing for a year.
Yeah, he was not happy at all.
At least you came to him though, and like told him
I spoke to
straight
him
up.
man to man.
Yeah.
It was awkward, one of the most awkward phone calls I've ever made. Whenever you call another man and say, "Hey, I've been on your property,"
Yeah, that's crazy.
and the DNR's pissed.
And there's 20 crawfish rampant.
Deadly
in your
crawfish
pond.
in your pond.
Good news is he knows it's a redo, like a gut job of a pond, if that's the wording you can use, and he's shocked the pond since. So all the fish have been killed, all the crawfish in there. He's starting the pond ecosystem over.
Wow.
Which is why I just dropped the pond, because I asked him, I was like, "Hey, dude, I would love to redo your whole pond.
Yeah, to help. Yeah.
And I'll pay for everything and film it, and that can be like my investment in your lake."
Yeah.
And
He said no?
He said no. He didn't want any coverage. He didn't want anybody going back on his property.
Dang.
Makes sense. So.
He was older, and it was like, I would be the same way. Like, get off my property.
A YouTuber. Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
So yeah.
Yeah. Dang, dude. So the DNR guys, what ended up happening like legally, or any like, was it like a warning ticket? I mean, what were they there for? Just to question you?
Yeah. If it was in Georgia, I would have been screwed. Because that species has not been identified in Georgia, but it's been identified in Alabama in multiple places.
Come on, Georgia and Alabama share so much water. How is that possible?
So
I mean, they share river systems. They share.
They were
Lake
having
Eufaula.
like meetings, like it was a big deal.
These crawfish?
No, like the DNR had been having meetings for
the
a
crawfish
month.
were having
That's fine.
meetings?
No, I meant about the crawfish.
Yeah,
Not the crawfish. I'm talking about meetings about the crawfish.
Bro.
Wait, so you're telling me nobody has ordered crawfish because you got them what, off Amazon?
Well, nobody's done it and shared it with 300,000 people.
Yeah, but dude, that's gonna happen on the daily. There's no way
No,
that
they
people
do it
People in
definitely
Georgia and
does.
Alabama
No,
are putting in their
yeah,
own
it's just
pond.
you got it on film.
Tons of people do that.
there's
You
a-
just got incriminated
yeah.
yourself because that's your
just
job.
trying to understand.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not as big a deal, but it is a big deal because there is an ecosystem set in place, and I do get it. A lot of people thought I ordered them from like China and had them shipped over.
Dude, crawfish in Louisiana are like super popular.
Yeah.
I know like 10 YouTubers who have ordered from like the located place in Louisiana, and they've stocked them in Florida, Georgia, and Alabama.
I've done that
Are you
online.
legally
Well,
allowed to do that type of crawfish, or was it like the type?
It could be a species that is identified in Alabama and Georgia
Right.
already.
And that's why they use them.
Yeah.
So you could like buy that same exact species as bait in those states, so then it would be legal, even if it came from a different state. Maybe?
I guess. I don't know. This species was born, raised in Tennessee. So I don't know. And then I was looking at where they stocked them, and it was like Montana, where they were putting these crawfish. That like the DNR in Montana was putting them everywhere. So I was just like, states are using them, but that's weird. It's like a different terrain. So
Yeah.
maybe they're just dying off fast, but
Yeah. That sucks though, because then you lost all that content. You had to take all that content down.
It
you
sucks
couldn't
so
make
bad.
any more content. And you were kind of building that storyline with your audience, and they were really into it. So you kind of had to like pull the cord on that too, and just kind of abandon that.
which is the first time I've ever talked about it online because I've just been scared, dude. Whenever the police show up at your house
Yeah.
and they're knocking and asking you questions,
that's never good.
You remember when the police showed up to your house, Zane?
Oh shoot.
Because of Norm.
Is that a story?
because of me.
Please.
well,
So we were so we fished, long story short, We fished the same spot.
This is a podcast. Y'all don't have to make the stories short. You can hit them as long as you want to, man.
There's not like too much story to it, I guess.
Okay.
So we fished the same spot like 2 times, but you kind of park on the side of the road, like where it's legal to like park on the side of the road, but it's basically somebody called in our car because they drove to work both mornings and saw the car there both mornings and thought it didn't move. So we had a case going on with police officers thinking like whether like somebody stole the car or somebody got like killed, dumped the car. So the police showed up to Zayd's house as we were driving in Zayd's car and like knocked on the door and his roommates were there. And there was police officers and they called, and when we were walking back, there was like 2 cop cars behind our car.
Jeez.
And then we went up and talked. We're like, oh, we're just fishing. And they're like, oh, you guys are good. You can go back and go fish. We just want to make sure you guys weren't dead. Like, we're here.
That's cool.
And they, so yeah, but
I got a story how to run.
Kind of scary walking
about
back
to
though. I
say,
thought we were in big trouble.
I've got one too. I've got a SWAT team story as well. But
You
go ahead.
Okay.
I wasn't
So-
first.
Yeah. So I had a story similar to you guys running with the cops. So it's in December in
What year?
2021.
Okay.
So just a
recent.
couple a month ago, 2 months ago.
Yeah. Over the holiday season.
Yeah.
Were you slapping gutters?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And so we close at midnight when it gets closer to the holidays on like Fridays and Saturdays, and like Sundays when it gets like the week before Christmas.
For sure.
So it's like I don't know, Friday. It's Thursday night because I'm watching Thursday night football.
Okay.
So I'm a big sports guy. So
At work.
I take, mind you, close at midnight. I came to work at like 3 or 4 that day, and I took my break at like 9. Thursday night football game started at like 7:15. So I go and I get some Culvers.
Little ice
mind
cream?
you, if you guys don't have a Culvers around you, you're missing out. You got to
don't have
go
them where I
to
live.
Culvers and you got to get that concrete mixer. You got to get the large size.
You're getting
You gotta get
excited
the
talking
peanut
about this,
butter.
and I'm getting excited.
Man,
hearing
you
you.
gotta get the peanut butter.
Real talk? Are they open right now?
Man,
That's what I
them
need to
jokers
know.
are open till like 9 o'clock. There's one in Auburn by the mall.
Oh,
It's my house. Yeah, we're a good ways from Auburn here. So there's no Culvers around here that I know of.
tomorrow.
There's one in Phoenix City and there's one in Auburn. So on the way back to, if you could take 280 down to Phoenix City, man, there's one right there on your way.
I'm going to take
We're
going to
You
take
gotta get
280
that
and we're going to
large
get that.
concrete mixer, peanut butter with hot fudge on top.
I will get that.
I want to
Davey,
go with
for
you and watch you eat that.
Oh man, it's like
wanna
imagine
see
me
him
eating
eat
that
it.
booty. It's so good, man. You're just missing out.
All right, what's your story,
So,
Davey?
so man, I go to Culver's and I want to go in because I got Wi-Fi and I want to watch the end of the game.
For sure.
Mind you, it's big playoff implications games like week 16 of the
okay.
NFL season.
I got
It's like
you.
2 weeks left in the season. 1 week, week 15. The big game for playoffs.
For sure.
seeding.
Yeah.
And so inside's closed, so I just go through the drive-through, get my food, get my bacon deluxe burger
Okay.
with broccoli as my side.
So hungry.
Okay.
Right now.
Mind you guys, also, if you never tried ketchup with your broccoli,
You told me that before.
gotta
I'm
try
not
it.
sure
You
about
gotta
that.
try
Davey,
that.
I'm not sure about that.
gotta try that.
I don't know.
It's life
Zayd,
changing.
vegan? What do you think about ketchup,
Ketchup and
on
broccoli, is that legal?
No.
Oh, the
Yeah.
vegan says no, dude.
The legal team says no.
It's life changing, man.
It's a
You gotta
hard
try
no
it.
on that one.
So anyway, I go to the drive-through, get my food, get my concrete mixer, and and so
Wait, look.
my,
all right, so
Culver's Wi-Fi is not working this night. So I'm like, dang, I gotta go somewhere that's got Wi-Fi. I want to watch into this game.
Yeah.
we're week, we're
So
week
I-
6.
I pull into the KFC parking lot on the side where the drive-through window is, and McDonald's is like right there beside KFC across from Auburn Mall.
Gotcha.
But I just decided, okay, I'm already hooked into the KFC Wi-Fi.
Right.
I'm gonna sit right here. I'm
Just
literally
ride
right
it
beside
out.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I got my phone propped up, my dash, chowing down on my burger. I just ate my burger. Save my broccoli for later when I get home. Put my ketchup
That's
with it.
big time thinking right
Drink-
there, baby.
Wait. Ketchup refrigerated or you keep it in like the pantry?
refrigerated.
Yeah. that makes
Yeah. You got it.
So I'm sitting there drinking my concrete or spooning my concrete mixer.
It's too
How
thick,
AYO likes to spoon people, I'm spooning it like that.
I like that.
sure.
analogy.
For
And
I
so,
know that spoon.
and so anyways,
Spoon, not small spoon.
I like to be the little spoon.
I've been
so that's how
sitting
we-
there probably, but it's 4 quarters of the game. It's like a 1-possession game.
Right.
49ers and the Titans. And I'm sitting there. I've been sitting there for like probably 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
I look at my mirror and I see these 2 Auburn police cars pull up behind me. I'm in the parking space, mind you, and they pull up like one here, one here.
Got you surrounded.
And it's going to commercial. I'm like, what in the world? What have I done? I'm just sitting here watching the game, eating my concrete. The heck? What am I doing?
Officer,
I mean, I don't have
Chill
8
out.
bags of Dunham Sports
Yeah, true.
fishing gear in the back of my truck. Like, I don't have anything on me. I haven't robbed nobody. I haven't shot nobody here. I haven't done nothing. I've done nothing wrong.
Okay.
So
I just hit the gutter.
turn my car. I don't crank it all the way. I just turn it on where you can roll the window down. It's like, hey, cops. Hey, how are you? I'm like, good. How are you, man? So I'm doing good. We just got a call from the KFC workers about a suspicious car sitting out here in the parking lot, and they're just sitting here, hadn't moved for a while.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, I'm just connected to the Wi-Fi. I'm just sitting here watching the end of this game. I'm minding my own business here.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, is there a reason why you picked the KFC parking lot? I'm like, dude, no, I've never dated anybody from KFC. I've never had a bad experience with KFC. Mind you, I don't eat KFC. It's nasty. The only thing that's good there is their sides. I don't do their chicken. Yeah. And he's like,
What about the
I don't say this to the cop.
Colonel
Mind you,
Sanders,
there's a
you
cop
can
at my
eat
window
it.
and there's a cop at the passenger side window too.
Right.
I'm like, dang, what the man? What have I done?
Do they have hands on guns or what?
No, the cop is just standing there on the passenger side at the door,
Yeah.
and the cop is just other cop standing at the driver's side door, and
Yeah.
my window's down. And he's like, is there a reason why you picked the KFC parking lot? I'm like, dude, no, they just had Wi-Fi, and I just couldn't connect to it right away. And I'm just sitting there watching the game. I'm minding my own business.
Right. Yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, you're good, man. Take a deep breath. And we just got a call about a car sitting out here. Just wanted to come check and make sure everything was all right.
Right.
And he's like, I haven't done nothing, man. I'm good.
watching
I don't
the
know.
game.
I don't know what the world. I mean, there had been a car that came to the drive-through.
Yeah.
And so they're still open.
Too, yeah.
And I'm thinking, dude, I could be like somebody waiting to pick up a worker.
Yeah,
I mean, I
100%.
could, I just got my food, and they don't allow people to eat inside, and I just went to the
right.
drive-through, and I'm not going to eat. And
That's
drive.
what you should have said. Like, hey, man, it's COVID, so I can't go inside.
Yeah,
so
some
I'm just
places
eating in
don't
my
allow you
car.
to go inside to eat. Some places allow you to go inside to order, but you can't eat.
Right.
Which is stupid in my opinion, but we'll get off that topic. And so he's like, all right, man, you have a good night. I was like, you too.
Did you ever think about running?
No, I mean, there's a cop standing at my door, and there's another cop standing at the passenger
You
side
could
door.
have outran him, Davey. Just
I can't get
smacked
out of
on
my
him.
car there. And I mean, I'm not going to be able to take my reverse. You know how my gear shifter is. It takes like 30 minutes to move into gear there. It's like, hey,
I
it's
can just see him
crack
trying to put it in gear, and the cop's just like, no, please don't. Like, no,
So
sir,
I was like-
please don't.
I was like, dang. I was like,
Don't run.
so as soon as they left, I was like, all right, let me get out of here.
Well, at least they left. I mean, you know.
Can I get us
And so
off topic?
off they
and
went.
just because you diss KFC, can we get like a favorite fast food restaurant going around? Like just a question, or is that
Yeah. No,
Oh,
that's
man.
fine.
like what's your
I'm gonna
go-to
agree
spot?
with him about KFC though. I think they've gone downhill, bro. I think they used to be really
Potato
good.
wedges, man, they're gone.
Yeah.
Are they?
But the sides are crappy now, man. Even
Yeah.
the sides, I don't
Man,
think
the
are
mac and
that
cheese
good.
and the coleslaw is it, and their biscuits with the honey is the best. But
Yeah,
other than
but-
that, their chicken is woo.
I think
Not
Church's
good.
is better. Popeyes is better.
You guys tried Taco Bell's wings yet?
Absolutely
No, I have
not.
not.
I did.
Taco Bell, man,
They're not bad. You would think that they were terrible.
that'll make me.
They're
think
not
they're
bad.
terrible.
Dude, I have a
Bad
gas
for 'em.
station that has wings while y'all are in town. I don't know if you're gonna have time to get to it.
Is it
but-
crispy
good?
crunchy?
No, it's good.
Oh gosh, gas station
We
chicken.
might try to grab it on the way out or
Dadgummit.
something for
Man,
lunch.
let me tell you,
Yeah.
my favorite fast food place is Hearty's, man. Hearty's. Is
Like the big burgers, huh?
oh yeah, Hearty's is
Yeah,
the bomb.
monster burger.
You're a big eater.
Man,
Badge.
that was another experience we had.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Hardy?
first time Norm came down and I peed on Zayd's tire. We just went through the Hardy drive-through and pull up to the window. Mind you, it was me, AYO, Norm, Zayd. Just 4 of us, like 30-something bucks. And yeah, literally. And she's like, pay, and Liz like, can you pull forwards? And we'll bring your food out to you. Something wasn't ready. I don't know whose order wasn't ready, but something wasn't ready.
Right.
Yet, quite yet. We sit there about 7 minutes. She comes out, and we're just sitting there jamming to, I don't even know what music.
I think it was
we were-
Katy Perry.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
it
day we
was-
was
it was
singing in the
Katy
boat.
Perry.
We were
What
jamming
song,
probably to Katy
Davey?
Perry.
What
You're hot and you're
song?
cold. You're yes and you
Yes
know.
and
You're
you
in and
know.
you're out. You're up and
You're
you're
in,
down.
you're
You're wrong
out,
and it's
you're
right.
down.
You're black and it's white.
Gosh, you're
Fight, we
going
break
fast.
up.
That goes
You
hard.
kiss, you make up.
Yeah. We were going
yep,
hard in
yep.
the boat. Mind you, people loved it in that video.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm gonna go
Megan Thee
into
Stallion
being a
too
musician.
was on the rotation.
But so Lady brings the food out, hands me the bag. Off she trucks back in. Not thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for your business. Thank you for waiting. I'm sorry about your wait. Not a darn thing. I wanted to take that bag of food and sling it back at her face, so darn bad.
you was mad.
I was hot, man.
No, she was rude.
Yes.
I think it's because we
Ayo
ordered
had an
4
experience like
meals
that
in
at
the same
McDonald's
car.
a couple weeks ago. We went down
4
to Madison
meals?
County
That's
to pick up the
normal,
crick cat.
right?
It's like a family thing, but
Yeah.
no, Zayd, you got to admit she was rude.
Yeah.
Like,
Out of nowhere.
yeah, she was just
Yeah.
not having a good day. So Davey did not
What?
appreciate like
Dang.
It's like, dang.
because the Chick-fil-A, you get that
Yeah.
greeting.
He asked for
A1
honey mustard
service.
at McDonald's the other day.
Wait, so what's the go-to order at Hardee's? Like, what's your
Oh,
go-to?
disgusting. That's not my favorite fast food place, by the way.
You're
I
joking.
would go
Oh.
probably.
Plot
Man, a Big Mac from McDonald's hits hard.
Old school.
Yeah,
man.
he's a
Hits
big Mac guy.
hard.
He likes that
That's
sauce.
old
I'd say McDonald's, and I'd say
Okay.
probably Burger King. Their Whopper Juniors hit hard, pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
Burger King's like
You gonna do
bottom.
Burger
Wendy's
King?
is dope.
A lot of Burger King's bad.
Wendy's
is
4
good. I
is
like
real
Wendy's. Wendy's is okay. I don't know, man. Not a big fast food guy anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, make sure if you're not already subscribed to the podcast channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, if you haven't checked out Shop Carl's big $500 shopping spree coming your way, you know about them $500 shopping sprees, don't you, you dirty dog?
I do.
Have you entered into that giveaway yet, Davey? Because if not, you need to.
I haven't.
We're gonna get you signed up for that.
We'll get you signed up,
Yeah.
no worries.
But if you win, we'll just give it to somebody else. Because you're already a guest on the show, so
Yeah,
you already
it's
lived
Yeah,
the dream.
that's,
That'd be-
that's true. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking
Also,
of the Norm,
no, we need to say something before we end this podcast. I want to talk about it one last time.
All right.
So Davy Gravy's in love with March Madness
yes.
brackets.
Yeah,
It's something
yeah.
Davy just pours his heart into every single year. We always do brackets. We always bet, eating booty or something, So
I don't think we'll go to that.
I knew the way you hesitated. Yeah, I love you.
never bet that, but I mean,
I've kind of got an idea because I was talking to you guys about this off camera. I kind of have an idea. If
What's
you're
your
up-
idea?
are up for
Let me
it.
hear it.
Because I know Davey wants to kind of maybe do this on the podcast, maybe get the audience involved.
yeah, use
Maybe
So-
Instagram and
if,
whatnot.
if it works out, yeah.
Yeah. So why don't we, the next couple weeks, we can, if you guys are interested, get in the comment section right now. Let us know if you're interested in March Madness and making brackets. Maybe there's some type of an interactive way that we can all do a bracket with the viewers and listeners to the.
We've already done it
We can-
before.
yeah.
We can put
Okay.
a link in the description to the bracket, and you guys can, or to the group, and you guys can enter your brackets.
Okay. Well,
in.
yeah. Perfect. Awesome. So,
So, yeah.
are we gonna put that in this podcast?
Yeah,
Or-
sure.
Okay. So
By
if
the
you
time
guys
it comes
yeah,
out,
it'll
it'll
be
be it'll be
it'll be
It'll be
close.
about another.
It'll be close.
The brackets will reveal on Sunday, March the 13th.
Wait, so quick overview of what March Madness is because I have no clue. It's
March-
just like you literally choose a team and
So
then whoever
basically-
wins or something
It's not
like
that simple. It's a huge tournament with like
Just-
84 teams in it.
I want to say
So we're
64
talking about
teams.
football or
64
is this
teams.
football
It
or
used to be
basketball?
basketball.
And so do you choose players?
over.
It's a
like
giant
fantasy
tournament.
where you
No.
can.
No, it's a
64
giant
teams.
tournament, 32 on each side, and you just pick the winners all the way to the very end, and then you pick the winner.
If you get a perfect one, you win like $1 million.
Yeah,
it's like $1 billion,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
something-
perfect.
Yeah, because
Very
that'd be
difficult to
impossible.
win.
It's statistically impossible.
Yeah.
Take a perfect-
But
get a
yeah,
perfect
whoever
bracket.
has
Right.
the best bracket wins, and
Right.
yeah, it'll
So
be a cool
I'm going
way
to fill
for
out a
us.
bracket. Badge is going to. Davy Gravy is going to. So if you guys want to
Yeah.
get in on that and be a part of it with us, and maybe we can read results
Yeah.
or track it at the end of a podcast type
Yeah.
thing. You know what I
It'd be
mean?
a cool
we
way
can
to
sprinkle it.
interact.
We can sprinkle it in.
Yeah, if you guys don't care, it's all good. We might do it with some other sports, but we just wanted to
Yeah.
interact with you guys in a different way. And Davey's in love with it, and
Right.
it would make his day if you did it. So
Yeah, I think we got about 50 people last year that
it's
joined the
completely
group.
free to do it.
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah,
pump
yeah,
those
yeah.
numbers
No-
up
no-
this
no
year.
charge.
baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Pump
get
those
it
numbers
going.
up.
So just a way to hang out with you guys, kick it, do the fun stuff.
Yeah.
This job, but yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
I appreciate you boys
That's it.
coming on, Norm, Davey. It's been a pleasure for me and Olojo. Davey, you came out of your shell in this pod. I'm
You
so
sure
proud of
did,
you.
man. You did fantastic,
I'm
baby.
so thankful.
This is so great. Let us know if you guys are enjoying these on location podcasts
Right.
as well. Because we just do them because we get together to film fishing videos and we figure why not do a podcast
Yeah.
when we're at night,
Yeah.
So if you're digging these, let us know as well.
Yeah, and if you really like hearing Zayd's mumbles in the background, comment down below.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Real
watching.
good audience.
Peace out. Just kidding.